Blank Room Soup is an extremely unsettling video that first surfaced on YouTube in 2005 by an anonymous YouTuber going by the name Renaissance Man. The description of the video reads, "We don't know what this is. It features a man in a blank looking room with his identity censored, panicked, and is breathing heavily while he quickly eats from a soup bowl using a large wooden spoon. Another man wearing a creepy costume appears in a doorway just behind him. The masked man moves from the doorway towards him while he eats the soup and begins to comfort and caress him. He starts to cry and appears to be frightened by the person caressing him. At this point, another man in a costume moves in to comfort him also, which only makes him become much more panicked, and he starts to break down even more. A second part to the video was also found where the man is a lock camera. It was originally called Soup Torture. The man is eating from the soup bowl again when the two men in costumes appear behind him in the doorway. The men stand and stare at him for a second before rushing towards him. The man screams and the video cuts. Very little is known about the videos and the meaning behind them. Many theories have appeared online where they state that the man is being held captive, starved for days, and is being forced to eat the remains of his murdered wife. After doing research in a blank room soup, I have found no evidence to support this theory at all. Another popular theory is that the video surfaced on a deep web forum and is being labelled as a snuff movie, as the man is said to be murdered shortly after the video ends. Again, there's no evidence to support this theory at all. In an attempt to unravel the mystery behind the videos, we first have to talk about a man named Raymond Percy. Raymond is an American-born animator. In his early career, he worked on projects such as Felix the Cat, and even The Simpsons.
Well, I couldn't possibly solve this mystery. Can you?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
As his career progressed, he's managed to secure himself a job at Disney, working on movies such as Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen. He's been at Disney since 2010. While Raymond was working on progressing his career, he continued to work on his own personal projects. One of his projects features two characters named Ray Ray, which are actually the same two characters featured in Blank Room Soup. Raymond originally created the characters as a representation of how he views himself. According to the character's biography, Ray Ray is a mix of inhibition, a sense of alienation, and a deep-seated need to entertain. Ray Ray takes the stage with a performance that defies classification and even description. According to Raymond Percy, he didn't make Blank Room Soup. Neither he or any of the other Ray Ray performers are wearing the costumes seen in the video, and he has no idea who actually did make the video or why. The Ray Ray characters became a bit of a cult classic in Raymond's hometown, California. Between 2010 and 2011, Raymond began to upload videos of their performances to YouTube under the channel name Ray Vision. Helping Raymond bring the characters to life were Arno Gerritsen, Julia Yemelin, Ellen Trinidad, and Stephen Loeb. I started to research the people related to the project. Some of them were incredibly hard to find, such as Arno Gerritsen, who did some performance work in movies such as The Journey and The Cross, which I struggled to find anywhere online. Some others weren't too hard to find. After a quick Google search of Ellen Trinidad, I found his Instagram account and MySpace profile. After a brief search through both his accounts, I became increasingly convinced that Ellen Trinidad was in fact the man in Blank Room Soup. Ellen and the man in the video appear to be very similar in appearance, and many of his posts featuring Ray had the hashtag #BlankRoomSoup. Even the biography of the Ray character reads, Ellen became an indentured servant to Ray after an incident which involved 9 yards of rope and a cactus on the border of Thai Town and Little Armenia. He was never the same again. Everything seemed to match up. Both of them had similar beards, similar hair, and somewhat similar head shapes. Ellen also had experience in performing in the Ray shows. However, upon further inspection of the account, I no longer believe this to be the case, as he made an Instagram post that says, "This was the first time I met Ray. At the time, I didn't realise how this would change my life, and the ups and downs it would bring me. I am thinking about working on a graphic novel about my time in this odd puppet show, the night the suits were stolen, and how everything went downhill from there. I think it's time I should tell his story and what Ray was really about, instead of letting that damn fetish film be the face of this whole project. This isn't an unofficial announcement about anything, but I hope I can find some time to tell my side of the story this year." To me, this indicates that he's in fact annoyed about how the Ray characters were hijacked and changed by the people who allegedly stole the Ray costume. Although I'm still not entirely sure what they mean about the cactus and rope story. Also, in his post, it claims that the costumes were stolen, which is also what Raymond told a YouTuber named Rainbot in an email. Rainbot is a YouTuber who delves into the mysteries of the world. She made a video about Blank Room Soup in 2015 and managed to get in contact with Raymond himself. According to Raymond's emails, the costumes were stolen after a performance in a club on Hollywood's Sunset Strip. The club was so tiny that the dressing room was just an old RV parked in the alley out back, and it turned out it didn't even have a lock on the door and could therefore be entered by anyone who happened to walk by. After Raymond and his crew were done on stage after their performance, they returned to the RV to find that the Ray costumes had been stolen. They did luckily have some spare costumes made recently, so the show could continue to go in the meantime. However, Raymond was understandably upset. Then, a couple of weeks later, Raymond received an email with a file attached to it. He told Rainbot it was a video that everyone is now calling Blank Room Soup. The guy in the bib with his eyes blacked out, eating, I don't know what, out of a bowl with a big spoon, and the characters standing around him. Raymond then posted the video to YouTube so he could share it with his group. Raymond also noted in his emails to Rainbot that the characters in the video he was sent moved and behaved exactly the way they should, which, given that there wasn't much video footage of them widely available at that time, suggested that the people who made the video had seen Ray perform before, perhaps many times before. The people behind Blank Room Soup may have even been fans. Maybe that's what the video was. A fan letter. Raymond also wrote to Rainbow that he's been sent many clips over the years that he hasn't uploaded anywhere. This may suggest that Blank Room Soup is just one piece of the puzzle. He did upload one other video though, which is a previously mentioned soup torture video. He uploaded both soup torture and Blank Room Soup to Dailymotion in 2007 and tries to acknowledge the fact that the characters had been hijacked. The description of Blank Room Soup says, "A clip of people who look like us doing something to someone we would never do. We promise." And the description of soup torture reads, "What's happening in this clip and why do these people look like us?" This does solve the mystery of who Renaissance Man was, the first known origin of Blank Room Soup. It's one of Raymond's many accounts. However, this is subsequently where the trail ends, and from here we can only theorize and speculate further. My personal thoughts on the video are as follows. The man in the video doesn't seem to be restrained, and he doesn't pay any attention to the camera, nor does he even appear to glance at the two characters caressing him. This, to me, amongst other things, creates a feeling of it being choreographed and staged. The only questions that remain is by who and why. One theory suggests that Raymond Percy made the video, and as his career progressed at Disney, he wanted to sever any connection with something that could be labelled as a snuff film. He and the other performers could have completely fabricated the story of the costumes being stolen. However, if what Raymond says is to be true, then it's likely that it was fans trying to show that they understand the characters and nobody was actually harmed. The real question is why. Were they just trying to scare the people of the internet, or were they trying to portray some symbolic meaning? I can't be certain, but I'm leaning more towards the latter, as the first known origin of the video was posted by Raymond himself, which could mean that the people behind the videos never even intended for the greater internet to see them in the first place. The video is more than likely to be a message for Raymond himself. With all this being said, we can almost definitely say that this is not a snuff film, and the only crime that could possibly have ever taken place is the theft of the costumes. There is still hope for this mystery to be solved though, as Ellen Trinidad may shed more light on the situation, which could help to clear things up. I did contact him about my suspicions and asked him if he could share any more information on Blank Room Soup that's not already known. He told me, "In the past I've been approached by others only to have my words muddled and misinterpreted. If I'm going to talk about Ray Ray, it's going to be through my own voice and not filtered through anyone else. No comment, but watch out for future Ray Ray related announcements." So perhaps one day we'll have our answers to the mystery behind the video that's haunted us all for many years, Blank Room Soup. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe.